Hard. Today, let's visit about one of my favorite Christmas movies. I actually have it number 2 on my all-time favorite Christmas movie list, behind only National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Number 3, in case you're wondering, is Gremlins. Okay, so let's talk about the holiday classic Die Hard, starring Bruce Willis and Alan Rickman. It was directed by John McTiernan, who famously also directed the original Arnold Schwarzenegger-led Predator movie, which is also a classic. He also directed one of my favorite films that nobody has ever seen, called The 13th Warrior with Antonio Banderas. I love that movie, which is from a Michael Crichton novel. Die Hard is a story of a man, a New York cop, going out to L.A. to visit his family for the holidays. And him and his wife have become estranged, and they're separated. His kids are out there, and he goes to the Nakatomi Plaza building out there for a Christmas party where his wife works. And while out there, it is overrun by terrorists. Okay? And led by one of the best villains that film has ever seen. And I did a little research on this. Alan Rickman is actually number 46 on the American Film Institute's top 50 best villains of all time. And he is phenomenal. Alan Rickman is off the charts as Hans Gruber in Die Hard. This movie, of course, has a fantastic soundtrack. It introduces us to Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis. And there is a wonderful safe scene where a safe is involved. And Ode to Joy begins to play triumphantly during the safe scene. And it is actually my favorite scene in the movie. It's a phenomenal action work of art set during Christmas. A lot of times people will argue that this is not a Christmas film because of language and violence, etc. But it is a Christmas movie. It is just a different kind of Christmas movie. Bruce Willis has become basically a legend because of John McClain, his character, which goes right into the history books alongside characters like Harry Callahan, Dirty Harry, and Arnold's Terminator, and Rambo, Rocky. All of these famous sort of action films, genre films of the 80s and the 90s, John McClane joined that group. And I had my doubts. I remember going, the guy from Moonlighting is in an action movie, and it was a jaw-dropping movie. The movie was made on a budget at the time of around $28 million, and it grossed about $141 million worldwide, which back in the late 80s would have been, I mean, it's extremely impressive. It would have been about $300+ million now, which is about worldwide where the new Die Hard movies are. They've always been around that $250 to $350 million gross range. Even the last one, I was shocked when I looked it up. It did not do well in the U.S., but it made $250 million overseas. That shows you there is still a market for action movies. I highly recommend Die Hard to anybody that has not seen it. It is a roller coaster ride. John McClane's character starts out as somewhat Scrooge-like in a bad mood, and he evolves throughout the movie. He develops a wonderful relationship with Reginald Vell Johnson's cop character in this movie. and they have an ongoing dialogue. I've said all great movies are about great character interaction, and this movie is full of great character interaction. The action sequences to this day still hold up, and the dialogue still holds up, and that is why, for me, Die Hard is still a must-watch every Christmas. I will watch it tomorrow night, Christmas Eve, along with Christmas Vacation. And that's a tradition of mine. It has been for about 20 years now. And so, if you have not seen Die Hard, or if you have seen Die Hard, tell me down in the comments what you think of Die Hard, the Christmas movie. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.